Welcome back. I'm Retro Bucky, and today Hey, this is my video.
Wait, I gave you my heart.
Welcome back. I'm Retro Bucky, and today we're going to be revealing who won Dragon Warrior. And we're also going to be checking out some clips from all the Halloween videos this year. And then finishing it out with a clip from my Doom playthrough. That's going to be a separate video, which I'll put a link for you to check out. So, let's get started. Play the intro clip, and I'm sure you're all eager to see the raffle. God, this thing's hot. Alright. Now I can breathe. To get it started, we're going to talk about Monster Party. Probably the hardest game that I've played through this Halloween season. And yes, there was a lot of games that I wanted to play, but I either couldn't find the right words to review it, or it just didn't feel like the right time. I plan on doing this for a while, and I don't want to put all my good eggs in the same basket. But Monster Party, although it was difficult, it was entertaining, and I had fun with it. And I thought the transitions were amazing, but let's go ahead and roll a short clip of that.
With Monster Party. So you start off in this world fighting people that are on fire and legs that are sticking out of the ground. Some creatures drop a life, while others will drop a pill that'll help you transform into the creature that came to you at the beginning of the game. The main objective in this game is to go room to room looking for monsters to kill to get a key to go to the next level. Some rooms will have a monster like this man-eating plant here.
Coming in second was Porky Pig's Haunted Holiday, and that was probably the easiest out of all the games this season. But although it was very easy, it was also fun and entertaining. And some of the mechanics, like the swinging across the chains, was a lot easier if you compare it to, Mayan Adventure or any other adventure game. The hit detection, everything was spot on. It was just a little easy. But here's some clips of that.
Get used to the outro because you're going to hear it a lot. To the point you're ready to punch a hole through your TV. The strangest part is when you die and you have no more continues, and you come back to a completely different world. I mean, look, it's snowing. This first level is kind of like a haunted forest with killer bats, disappearing platforms, and other odd creatures. Like this leprechaun. Some of them throw shoes at you. But look, you jump on his head and kill him, and he craps out 2 more.
Dracula was definitely one of those games when I turned it on, my first thought in my mind was, what the hell is this? It bared no resemblance to the movie, nor resemblance to the first game on NES. The Bram Stoker Dracula on NES is completely different from the Super Nintendo version. And I know I didn't review the NES version. I was thinking of maybe saving that one for next year because it is a little better than the Super Nintendo version. But here's some highlight clips from that one.
You start your journey to Castle Dracula. You begin by killing endless amounts of bad guys and dogs, searching for a blind guy. Once you find him, he hints you to a secret weapon that can defeat Dracula's enemies, but it's not just given to you. I thought maybe it was a clue like in Simon's Quest that you pick it up later, but no. So you go through secret passage that's there, you think you're going the right way, you get to the exit, and you exit out, but without knowing that you got to backtrack to get to the sword. No way. Next stage is a short walk outside with an endless supply of bats and bad guys. Before you know it, you're at the boss. You can dodge his whip, which is a waste of time, or you can go straight to kill him and take...
Nosferatu is definitely a very successful knockoff of Dracula. Even though a lot of people claim that it came out first, Dracula did have a movie that dated, I think, a year or so before, but the footage has been since lost, and that's why I guess by default Nosferatu is considered the first Dracula type film. But the game itself was really good. It was definitely like an arcade style beat 'em up, and I could compare it to Comic Zone, or also like Double Dragon, maybe Battletoads, where it's just a constant fighter. It's definitely a beat 'em up game, but it was really good, really decent. And here's some clips from that.
But you have to be in the perfect position to make it work. Come on, get up there. To run and slide, you got to press the directional button twice, and then down attack to make it work. But it works when it wants to, and it leaves you bumping into walls. And if you're not bumping into walls, you can't escape enemies. And trying to run past a trap is nothing but a death sentence. It's like entering a cheat code. Some areas can't be accessed without using a door switch, and the swinging corpses are the most annoying. The only way to pass them is trying to put in the cheat code and run through them. Look, I just want the item. All right, cheat code time. Oh, look, it works.
We followed up Nosferatu with Pagemaster, and even though it's the whole game is much bigger and there's a lot more genres, we just focused on the horror genre, and that was mainly for the theme of Halloween. The game itself wasn't too complicated, but it was definitely the type of game where you can outrun yourself. Maybe not outrun the screen, but you're just, the game is made, you're going so fast that you can't really keep track on what you're doing. I think that's what adds to the difficulty. But overall, the game wasn't bad. So here's some clips of that.
So finally, we come to the dark levels with just as much light as a single candle. The gameplay is still the same, but a lot darker, and there's fake platforms here. There's still a lot of platforming, but there's still a lot of the same enemies. And what's frustrating is how dark it is. See, I find myself stuck. I don't know if I'm supposed to let go or jump. There's nothing around me visible.
Addams Family, which came next, was the second game, which the Super Nintendo version that I showed was definitely a lot better than the Nintendo version, which if you go back to my unboxing of Addams Family, you would see the game was definitely, it had its issues. But the second one on Super Nintendo, it was definitely more enjoyable, and it had its own bosses for every level. I mean, its own puzzles. It was a really good game.
In the freezer, you'll find an army of penguins whose sole purpose is to chase you down and kill you. And the icicles overhead can kill you just as quick if you're not careful. Jesus, it looks like he kidnapped all the penguins in Antarctica.
And finally, our last video was Ghosts and Goblins. And, you know, that game has been reviewed so many times. I honestly did not know how to attack it other than, you know, try to break some mythology behind it. And a lot of people always said that you couldn't beat the game without the shield, which obviously it is true. You can't even go past into the very last level to kill the devil without the shield. But thanks to hackers and cheat codes, we're able to skip levels. So, but it was still very disappointing that I could kill the guy with just the javelin or the knife, and you didn't even really need the shield. Oh, the shield made it more difficult.
Javelin as it did with the knife. The shield took a little longer, but that's only because it has such a short range. Maybe they were just trying to make the game a little bit more difficult, by adding a requirement, but I think they're just trying to hide the fact that they had a crappy boss.
Last but not least, I'd like to discuss my video that I've made about Doom. I've never played Doom before. I think I've played the Doom on Nintendo 64, but never Doom or Doom 2. Never played that. I just have, and I filmed it, and the full video is going to be separate. I think it's maybe a little over 20 minutes long, and it's a more like intimate conversation between me and the viewers, and I'm just sitting and playing a game. So it's like one-on-one between me and y'all. Alright, now I know where I'm going. There's that creature that I saw. Ooh. God, this is so unnerving. You know how I said earlier that I'm the kind that likes to run? Alright guys, before we get into the drawing, I just want to thank all of y'all for subscribing and signing up for this, and for staying in tune with me and watching my video. Whether you subscribed or not subscribed, whether you love it or hate it, I thank you all. I appreciate everything. When I started this, it was just mainly to help dig me out of a hole from everything that's going on around me. And it turned from just a break from reality to something that I thoroughly enjoy. And seeing more subscribers come on and more views, it just makes me feel, that much more eager to make more videos for not just me and what I like, but for y'all. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So let's get to the drawing. On these little balls, I've wrote the initials to all my subscribers. I'm going to put them in this wheel. We're going to roll the bingo wheel. And what name pops out will be the winner of Dragon Warrior. I got all 21 subscribers in this cage. All right. Let's see who we got. CT. All right. Captain Trips is the winner. Way to go. You will be receiving a free copy of Dragon Warrior. All I ask is that you go on my Twitter account. I'll post a link below. Please DM me. Let me know it's you. We can trade information and I can make sure the game gets to you. So please, reach out to me. The links will be below for my Twitter and for my Facebook Retro Nerd page. Reach out to me. We'll exchange information and I'll make sure you get your free copy. Thank you for watching. Stay home, stay safe, and play more games. Happy Halloween.
I give you my heart.